What if I told you that the last Roman emperor reigned until just a little over 100 years ago? But how could that be? Didn't Rome fall over 1500 years ago? Or was it 500 years ago? Or was it actually only 100 years ago? Well, that's exactly why this question of who was the last Roman emperor is so fascinating and hard to answer. To this day, historians still don't agree on when the Roman Empire truly fell, or even if it really fell at all. So in today's video, I'm going to make the argument that the last Roman emperor didn't die in the ancient world or even in the Middle Ages, but rather in the 20th century. His name was Nicholas II, the last Tsar of Russia. Over the years, many different nations have claimed to be the successors of Rome: the Holy Roman Empire, the Ottomans, the papacy, and even modern Italy. But how do we figure out which claim is actually the strongest? I think you need three criteria. First is dynastic claim. Can you trace ancestry to the imperial dynasty of Rome? Second is legal religious claims. Did your state have a recognized ideological or existential basis of inheriting Rome's legacy? And third is self-identification. Did you actually see yourself as the Roman Empire or the Roman Emperor? And I believe the Russian Tsars, Nicholas II, meet all three of those and are some of the best claimants to the Roman Empire and the last Roman emperors. So we first have to start with the final emperor of the Eastern Roman Empire, Constantine XI Palaiologos. When Constantinople fell in 1453, most people consider that to be the true end of the Roman Empire. Constantine XI died childless, but his brothers lived on, and their children carried on the Palaiologos bloodline into exile. One of those descendants was Sophia Palaiologina, the niece of the last emperor. And this is where the story takes a pretty cool turn. After Constantinople collapsed, many Byzantine nobles, bishops, and scholars believed the imperial line should continue, even outside of the fallen city. So they arranged for Sophia to marry Ivan III of Russia in 1472. And this wasn't just a marriage, it was a political transmission of imperial legitimacy. Under Byzantine dynastic tradition, especially in the Orthodox world, imperial rights could pass through marriage, including through the female line. This is how many early Byzantine dynasties justified their own claims. So when Sophia married into Moscow's ruling house, the Palaiologos bloodline merged with the Rurik dynasty, and suddenly the rulers of Moscow weren't just kings anymore, they were connected by marriage and by blood to the last imperial family of Rome. So after Constantinople fell, the Orthodox Christian world believed in something profound. If Old Rome fell to heresy and New Rome fell to Islam, then only one Orthodox Christian capital remained: Moscow. This became the doctrine of the Third Rome. It declared, two Romes have fallen, the third stands, and there will not be a fourth. The Russian Church also embraced this. The Tsars embraced it, and for centuries it became official Russian state ideology. In other words, from the view of Orthodox Christianity, the same religious traditions that crowned Byzantine emperors, the mantle of Rome passed to Russia. No other claimant, not the Holy Roman Empire, not the Ottomans, not the Pope, fit this religious legal framework as clearly as the Russians. Absolutely yes. The Russian rulers adopted the title of Tsar, which directly comes from Caesar. This was not just symbolic, it was intentional. It meant we are the new Caesars, the new rulers. They adopted the double-headed eagle, the imperial symbol of Rome and Byzantium. Their coronation rituals were modeled after Byzantine ceremonies. They referred to Moscow as the new Constantinople. To Russia, politically, religiously, and symbolically, the Tsar was not just a king. He was the inheritor of the Roman imperial office. And the Roman identity lasted right up until the final Tsar, Nicholas II, executed in 1918. Nicholas II was the last ruler in a dynastic line that traced its ancestry to the Rurikid dynasty, who were the first ancient rulers of early Russia, the Romanov dynasty, connected to the Rurikid dynasty through marriage, and the Palaiologos dynasty, the final ruling house of the Roman Empire. No other European monarch has this strong of a claim, marital blood connection to the last Roman imperial dynasty. This is why the argument is so compelling. Dynastic claim through Sophia, legal religious claim through the doctrine of the Third Rome, and self-identification through the title of Tsar, Caesar, and the Roman imperial symbolism. By all three measures, Nicholas II, in my opinion, is one of the strongest claimants to being the last official Roman emperor. The Roman Empire didn't fall in 476, didn't quite fall in 1453. It may have survived, or rather transformed. all the way into the early 20th century. And its final emperor may not have died defending ancient walls, but at the hands of a firing squad in a Siberian basement in the summer of 1918. Hey, thank you guys for watching this video. I really love Roman history and ancient European history in general. I like kind of exploring interesting takes that might be a little bit more controversial, like this one. In reality, was Nicholas II the last Roman emperor? I mean, in a way, as I said in this video, there's some really good arguments that you could argue that he is. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think he was considered the last Roman emperor? Do you think there's other ones out there? Let me know down below in the comments. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching.